Today I will be talking about the permanent maxillary lateral incisor. Again, I'm going to try to cover as much as possible in less than 5 minutes and only high yield stuff. Now let's talk about the shape. Occlusally, the lateral incisor appears round or ovoid. Proximally, that is from the mesial as well as the distal aspect, it appears triangular. And facially as well as lingually, the lateral incisor appears trapezoidal in shape, as you can see in the picture right here. Now, this is probably the most important slide of this PowerPoint presentation. It talks about the special features. Now, when we talk about the special features, these are all the high yield questions that could come in the board exams. First, it's the third most common congenitally missing tooth. The first being the third molars, and that is the mandibular third molar. The second being the maxillary third molar, and of course, then it is the lateral incisor. This has the third most common variations. It's the third to have the most common variations. First, same order, the first being the mandibular third molar, maxillary third molar, and then the lateral incisor. So the common variations that we see are the pagolaterals, which is also known as microdontia, as you can see below. Then it's dense indentae, that is, there is a invagination, which you can see on the crown, that also you can see below in the two arrows. And the third being the dense evaginatus, that means that there is an extra cuspal formation, which you can see in the picture right besides the literation. This is more like the talus cusp that you are able to see. Now let's talk about the crown anatomy. The palatoradicular groove, which you can see in the picture, this is like a deep depression, which makes doing scaling and root planning difficult, because this would be the most common place where you would find pockets or you'll find calculus remainings. It has the most developed lingual anatomy. The lingual surface is the most concave of all the anterior teeth, and the cingulum is centered. If you remember, in the maxillary, it was not centered, it has a distal inclination. Now let's talk about the root anatomy. As you can see, there's not much about the root that we need to talk about. The most important point would be that the root curves distally, whereas in the mandibular canines, the root curves mesially. These are the two important curvatures of the root that you need to remember. The other thing is that it has a longer root in proportion to the crown as compared to the central incisor. It's a very conical in shape. It's easy to remove. These are similar features to that of the maxillary central incisor. Now let's talk about the root canal anatomy. The root canal anatomy, 99% of the time, usually you'll find a single root canal. The shape of the axis opening is ovoid, as you can see in the picture below. Alright friends, I hope this was helpful. These are all high yield information, and this is something that I have gathered over time and was very helpful to me during my board exams. Thank you, and you have a nice day.